Our next inductee in the athlete category is Lou Turner. Lou Turner's list of accomplishments is quite lengthy and clearly shows what a dedicated and talented athlete he was. But he was more than that. Lou loved hockey and fastball, and he devoted his life to curling. Lou helped to build and then maintain the Elmville Curling Club. He served as manager there for 23 years. Even when Lou became legally blind due to macular degeneration, he curled. Lou loved curling so much. He spoke about the upcoming season even as his health deteriorated and he passed on. Few people have lived a life as committed to sports as Lou Turner. Please welcome his wife, Doreen, to accept on his behalf.
Thank you. As you saw by the video, Lou was a multi-talented athlete. I'm very pleased as a friend and colleague to recognize this and posthumously his entry into the Springwater Sports Hall of Fame testifies to his skill and dedication to the various sports. It was in curling that he was in the elite status. So Lou was so passionate about the sport. I think it was his life. And I'm very pleased to present this to his partner, and who was with him every step of the way in Lou's entry into this Athletic Sports Hall of Fame.
When Faye Stone asked me if I would give a little speech about my husband, she asked me to say a 3 to 5 minute speech. And I thought, how the hell can I prepare a 3 to 5 minute speech? A man who loves sports so much over 70 years as my husband, Lou. Here comes my speech. Lou was a man of very few words, unless, and the boys, especially Bob, will contend to this, unless he had a Canadian in one hand or a Coors Light in the other. He was a very humble man also. He did not need a loud hoopla for his accomplishments. His success playing the game was enough for him. His humbleness was shown the year that Frank Archer suggested that we round up some information of Lou's successes in his sports. But Lou's reply was, "No sense wasting your time on that. I'm not good enough." A few years later, Lou Belcourt came up with the same suggestion. And again, Lou's answer was the same. However, Lou Belcourt approached me shortly after Lou's death, and the idea took hold. Because Lou Belcourt did such a great job collecting Lou Turner's successes, we are here this evening. Now, I have a problem talking about Lou Belcourt and Lou Turner, but I'll tell you, Lou Belcourt's wife and I used to say, "My Lou," or "Your Lou," or if we were together after a really bad time, we called them a pair of Lulus. Right, Lou? Oh, where's Lou? Over there. I have been told that Lou was a very active youngster wanting to follow his older, energetic siblings in their outdoor activities. But then the family moved to the other side of town, extremely handy to the ball diamond and the hockey arena. He was in his glory. He made himself available to play with any age group, and thus his competitiveness began. I did not hear much about him participating in minor sports, except on one occasion when the young hockey team had to play a game in cold water, and in those days, rides were extremely scarce. So they hopped into the back of Cease Towns' pickup truck, and off they went. That was really one cold ride. Ball and hockey were his main sports until 1958, when I went away to further my studies to Peterborough, and he toddled down to continue to learn his studies on the game of curling. I have to thank Maxie Steele Sr. for adopting Lou as his third curling son and teaching him the ins and outs of the game. And of course, that forever present bottle of Coke. Some of you may know what was in the Coke. I have had some thoughts these past days wondering what Lou would choose of the highlight of each sport. Immediately, baseball came to mind, winning the Ontario Amateur Softball Championship and that memorable trip to Hearst. Lou was not an active player on the team, but he was a treasurer on that all-important executive. In hockey, I think he may have chosen the games he was recruited late in the season by Stainer to play goalie for the Stainer Rocket juvenile Dean team when they advanced to the Ontario semifinals in 1951-52. And his play must have really satisfied the club, because in 1955-56, he was called back again to play for the Stainer Royals Intermediate C's, and they won the Callahan Cup in the Central Ontario Hockey League. One hockey game that it did joke about was with the Thursday night Ellenville Bush League. The score, 13-0 for his team, when a fight broke out in the stands. While Lou was watching the fight, the opposition scored a goal. Final score, 13-1. What a way to ruin a shutout. You see, he wasn't a perfect sports person all the time. Just about 2 years before he passed away, Jim Hanna, a player for the Stainer teams, and Lou sat in Hanna Garage in Collingwood and discussed these games, remembering the players, remembering the games, remembering the scores. But they were so frustrated that they couldn't remember the name of the player who scored the winning goal. I just looked at them and thought, boys, these games took place over 70 years ago. In curling, one of its highlights was that they were playing for the right to play in the Ontario finals of the British Consuls, which is now known as the Brier. A man by the name of Kreber and his team was to play a team from a club that only had 2 sheets of ice, and they were from far north of Barrie. Well, Turner and his rink showed up, played these games on the Tam Heather 6-sheeter, and the boys from that little 2-sheeter club came out victorious and went on to participate in the Ontario finals. These may not have been his ideas, but they were the ones that came to me. I would be amiss if I didn't mention that Lou did not do this alone. He had many teammates in front of him or behind him that helped. And there are a few of them in this crowd here tonight. You just heard from one or from two. Anyway, I won't mention names. I was told by one of my nieces that I should be included in all the teams because I was there as much as I could be to support them. Lou was fortunate that he was seasonally employed, as that allowed him to participate in the rowing game and managed the Elmvale Curling Club for 20 years. He had many comforts at home at the rink, including a raggedy old couch. But someone by the name of Bob Story and myself got rid of it quickly, much to Lou's dislike. I want to thank Lou Balcour for all the work in gathering all this information. And you, Lou Turner, can tell by this that you were good enough to be inducted in the Springwater Sports Heritage Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.